Hello! Welcome to another Doctor Who action figure review. Today I'm reviewing Rose. So she's got, there's her feet. Oh, hang on, let me zoom in on those. There's the feet, like that. This is modelled on Billie Piper's original teeth form, the original regeneration of Piper when she didn't have her work done. Which is alright.
What are you doing? How did you get in my house?
I do still live in your TARDIS.
Get out of the bloody way, come on. This needs a professional to do it. Right then. Hello YouTubers, and welcome to another Doctor Who action figure review. In today's review, I'm going back in time to 2005 to review one of the very first Doctor Who action figures, which is Rose from the Doctor Who Dalek Battle Packs. So, let's begin by taking a look at the articulation. Well, she's not really got much going on. Can't really move her head because her hair's in the way. Her arms don't really go anywhere other than up. Her elbows twist from side to side rather than at the elbow and pivot. And she only has very strange articulation at the hips. So in terms of detail, well, she's got hair that's been painted by an infant child in a Crayola yellow, and her eyes are somewhat cross-eyed as if painted by a blind man. Yeah, you know what, this figure's completely shit. Hello! Welcome back to another Q&A video with Billy and myself. Today we're going to be answering your questions. Did you laugh at that then?
What?
When I said Billy and myself, I thought you laughed.
No.
Oh, right, okay.
No.
Yeah, so welcome back.
I'm laughing at you now. Carry on.
Start again.
No, carry on, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, so welcome back. We're going to be answering some of your questions that we asked you to send in via Facebook and YouTube and this, that and the other. So, Billy, you have condensed some of the best questions.
Yeah, they are.
And yeah, let's go for it.
Excellent, okay. Right, first question. Desert Island Doctor Who. 5 stories we could not live without.
Right, okay.
I had an idea about them this morning. I'm sort of changing my mind a little bit now.
Yeah.
But the first one I'd say isn't even my favourite story of all time. I'd say Genesis of the Daleks would definitely be one.
Yeah.
An Unearthly Child.
Right.
For posterity, Day of the Doctor.
Okay.
Dragonfire.
Wait, what?
And is that all of them, or have I got one more?
I think you've got one more.
The Seeds of Death.
Wow. Wow.
Do I need to reason some of them?
Yeah, I want to know.
I've got to put a case forward for their
yeah,
survival.
why?
Dragonfire was
Now, hang on a minute. Are we saying that there's going to be a massive apocalypse and we're saving these things for historical prosperity,
yeah,
or is it just?
Is it a more personal thing?
Yeah, I thought Desert Island is.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on a desert island, and I just want to have 5
Yeah.
episodes that I just couldn't not ever see again.
Yeah.
And those are
Those are mine.
Day of the Doctor, Seeds of Death.
Yeah. Dragonfire?
Well, Dragonfire,
Yeah.
more importantly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just because Dragonfire was the first video I ever bought on. Oh, we used to take it out on video from the
Right,
library.
okay, well
so that was the first time I actually kind of watched Doctor Who constantly on a loop.
Okay.
Day of the Doctor, 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
I sort of want to have that. I don't need to justify an Unearthly Child and
No,
Genesis.
no.
And I just love the Seeds of Death. I think it's a great story. I think it's a very, very strong story structurally. In terms of the monsters, I really
like
love
it.
it. I really love that story.
Oh,
That's
fair
my
enough.
reasoning behind it.
Okay. Well, my 5: Pyramids of Mars, Deadly Assassin. I would probably say something like Tomb of the Cybermen, because that was a story that I loved as a child, and I think it's a great quintessential Troughton story.
Yeah.
It's a great Sideman story. It's a good Troughton story. and it all exists.
Yeah.
So I can actually watch it and not go, oh, I wish I could see episode 3. So it wouldn't be like if I took Web of Fear. I'd actually have a whole
You
serial.
get halfway through
yeah.
and go, oh no.
It's missing telesnaps. So that's 3. 2 more. Ooh. I haven't had anything with the Daleks in, but I don't know if I'd say. Yeah, I probably would say Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of Tom Baker here.
Yeah, I was noticing a theme.
Yeah, I want something with the Master in Roger Delgado and Pertwee, so I would say Sea Devils. Yeah, I might swap. Well, I'll say those are my. Yeah, but I might swap Pyramids or Deadly Assassin for something else. I'd get rid of Deadly Assassin, and I would go for. If someone turned around to me now and said, "Here are all the DVDs and all of the videos, and I'm dosed them all in petrol, and I'm about to drop this map on them. Which one do you have to save out of the 4 that you've already saved?"
3, 2.
I don't know. Part of me wants to say Earthshock because I really like that story.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, let's say Earthshock.
It's fine.
All right, that's
Sorted.
A Tom Baker story, a Davison story, a Pertwee story, a Troughton story, and
Can't remember now. Favourite Big Finish audio adventure, and where should new listeners start out?
Okay. Well, to answer the second question first, I think the best place for someone wanting to listen to Big Finish's stuff would probably be either the new 8th Doctor Adventures with Lucy Miller or the Dark Eyes box set.
I would have said the new 8th Doctor Adventures.
Yeah.
That's my one.
Because, and my reasoning is, although it's sort of classic Who, there is a flavour of the new series in it.
Yeah.
And, Lucy's got kind of a Rose to her, but I prefer Lucy to Rose.
Yeah.
I really like Lucy, it's one of my favourites. Yeah, I think it's quite an easy going, there's a nice arc through it. I think that's just a very easy hopping on point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And favourite story, mine would be The Holy Terror.
I still haven't listened to that.
It's excellent, yeah.
Yeah, everyone says it's so good. You can get it on CD anymore, so print. You just download it. My favourite story. Let's go on to these again. I think I do really like Master.
Which monster / villain would we like to see return the most?
The most? Ooh. Out of the ones we've not had.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've sort of had all the main ones, haven't we, really?
Yeah.
I'd like the Zygons to come back in their own sort of proper story, because that was kind of like a subplot, wasn't it, in the 50th anniversary? And it was nice to see the Zygons back, but it would be good to really have a proper Zygon story.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets mentioned, doesn't it? I think in The Power of 3, that there's an adventure that they're going on to do with the Zygons. And it's like, I remember thinking, I'd much rather be watching that story than The Power of 3.
Yeah.
So I would like to see a proper Zygon story.
I'd like to see Sutek come back.
Yeah, that's one of the funny things, because I almost said Sutek, but is he one of those villains that is best left alone?
Well, I think probably, but with a character that grand and that overbearing and that powerful, I don't think they could afford to ruin him.
Yeah.
I don't think they could afford to cheapen him and make him out to be some kind of squash character the Doctor gets through in like series 5, episode 5 of a 13-part series. I think he'd need to be built up to.
Yeah.
For, if not the end of the series, then definitely a 2-parter.
Yeah.
I think Sutek is too grand a character for them to afford to, rubbish him with a redesign like they did with the Silurians.
Yeah.
Piss off. I said lovely Robin. I think
You can have your say in a minute.
What? No, not bringing the quarks back. Sutek is mine. Sutek is definitely mine.
Yeah.
What are our opinions on the Sarah Jane Adventures and Torchwood? I recently went back and watched Torchwood with a couple of mates. We went through like a big marathon of it.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I wasn't really able to catch it when it first came on because I was a bit too young for it. My parents sort of stopped me from watching it. But I thought it was great. I thought it was fun. It's a good show. It's a very well structured show, I think, in terms of the character development. You really do you get a sense of these characters really going on a journey and changing through what they see. It's not like in Doctor Who where they can almost reset a button with the characters and go back and change everything. But I suppose that comes with an established show, doesn't it?
I really liked Torchwood, and I'll be completely honest, during Series 2 of Torchwood, and definitely when Children of Earth was on, I was watching Torchwood and thinking, I am enjoying this series a lot more than I'm enjoying Doctor Who at the moment.
Yeah.
So I don't know what years that would have been. Probably the tail end of Russell T Davies, maybe
2008, 2009.
Yeah, something like that. And yeah, I mean, Kat and I, we watched all of Series 1 a few months back, and we started watching Series 2. We haven't carried on with it, actually.
Yeah.
But I really, really enjoyed it. Very good series. Like I said, great characters. Real emotion felt when you lose a character. You get some duff stories, but that's the same with any series. You're always going to get a duff story here and there. But I think something like Children of Earth was absolutely stellar. That was an absolutely fantastic bit of television.
Yeah.
Incredibly well acted, just incredibly well plotted and paced, and it just had you on the edge of your seat after each episode. You just couldn't wait for the next day when the next episode was going to be on.
Yeah.
So that was real sort of like, it felt like event television, because it was just like, oh my God, I need to see what's going to happen next. It filled out the week.
Miracle Day.
Miracle Day was terrible.
Sarah Jane
Adventures. Now, I did watch the first series or two properly.
Yeah.
And then the only times I came back after that was to see the Matt Smith and Joe Grant story. And then after that, I just didn't watch it.
Same.
It was just...
Same. Not our age, really. It's not our age.
Yeah, I mean, I do see older people who really do enjoy it. But I'll be honest, I've never been a fan of children's television, CBBC stuff. Like, any CBBC programme, even when I was a kid, I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
Stuff like Grange Hill and Byker Grove and Tracy Beaker.
I could go on and on about the shows that I love from that channel, but I won't.
Oh, really?
Because it'll be such a long video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just never captured me, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I can see that. I saw same thing. I watched the first series. I liked it. I didn't really tune in for the second series.
No.
Really, definitely tune in for Matt.
Yeah.
And I think I caught the odd one, maybe on catch up. If I was bored one afternoon, I'd check it out and see what it was like, and it was okay. It was kids Doctor Who. And that was great, and I know loads of kids loved it, and it's gonna hopefully it'll be one of those shows that they'll remember when they're older, and it was a staple.
It was very popular. It was incredibly popular. And it was carrying on. Even though the production team on Doctor Who had changed, it was still going. Yeah. And I reckon if it wasn't for Liz Sladen's untimely death, probably might still have been going now.
Possibly, yeah. What do we think of the Doctor Who experience?
Great.
Which is nice, because we both recently went, not together, unfortunately, because he ditched me for that. But it's fantastic. Well worth a trip to Cardiff.
Definitely.
Cardiff Bay's nice anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But Cardiff Bay is lovely.
Yeah. Do you know there's an area called like Silurian Way?
Silurian. I saw that.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you. I don't know if you'd seen it already on that really, really long
road.
Yeah. That road is a pig. Get a bus to Port Tiger or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Number 6.
Number 6 bus. It's very good. One of my favourites. But yeah, it's great. I enjoy. I actually went on the opening day in London. We were the first members of the public to go in the whole world. Wow! So there we are.
Very nice. I went on a very quiet day.
Yeah.
And it was great fun. I loved it.
I prefer the Capaldi story a lot more to the Matt Smith one, because the Matt Smith one was good, but then when you see the Capaldi one, it is sort of like, wow, why didn't they think of doing this? Like, they have actors walking around with you, and it's more interactive, it's more intuitive, it's more fun, really. Yeah. Especially for the kids.
Yeah. I think the only thing that lets down that segment, the walkthrough segment, two things. Sometimes the person doing the talking, it does feel a bit
hammy.
It's really quite hammy, and you do sort of think, oh dear.
A little bit cringy.
Yeah. And I think the other problem is they're very tied to what they already had there. Mm-hmm. So, it's like, oh, this is the Dalek bit that was there last time, and this is the Angels bit that was there last time. All that kind of thing. I think in a way, it probably needed gutting and doing again.
Yeah.
They probably just didn't have the money to do that.
No, certainly not.
But great. I mean, the exhibition. Once you walk through the Hartnell TARDIS doors,
It's such an
oh,
experience.
it's really magical.
Yeah, I that wasn't there the first time.
No.
And you literally, the original time, you just walk through these doors,
And then,
like
yeah,
the
you're in-
Pandorica's there, you
Yeah.
turn to your right, and there's the museum. But you walk through, you walk out of Totter's Lane into the TARDIS door,
through the doors of the TARDIS.
and you're in Bill's console room for
It's
Adventure in Space
incredible.
and Time.
It is.
Yeah.
I was there with Kat, and she probably just like, well, yeah, it's just a set. But for me, it was like, oh my god, I've walked into the
walked
TARDIS.
through the TARDIS
you know.
doors. Yeah. The last question is: would a McGann miniseries work? And what do we think of Dark Eyes?
Okay. Would a McGann miniseries work? I would like to say yes, it would. I think in the way in which we live now, with stuff like Netflix original series, so we've got Daredevil coming up, we've had Better Call Saul, that new comedy, Tina Fey's new comedy, I've been watching it with Kat, the something of Kimmy Schmidt, have you heard of this?
Oh, yeah, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, yeah. I think that because things like that are so popular,
Yeah.
and separate from what is on television, you've got, if we take Daredevil, or the upcoming Jessica Jones program for Netflix, they exist in the same universe as the Marvel films, but the Marvel films are still happening.
Yeah.
But we still have this, and we still have Marvel on television. We still have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and we still have
The Flash. Is that Marvel or DC?
That's DC. Agent Carter. And obviously DC's got all their TV stuff. They've got The Flash, they've got Arrow, then they've got Suicide Squad happening on film and stuff. So I really don't see how it would be a problem. I really think that they could say, television Doctor Who, big event television, Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
Netflix original series, 5 minisodes or 5 20-minute episodes
Yeah.
as like a long arc that gets released maybe over 5 weeks or
Yeah.
in one go with Paul McGann, exclusive to Netflix or whatever. I think that would be bloody brilliant.
I think it'd be nice to see it on BBC iPlayer because a
Yeah.
lot of stuff is being moved to the iPlayer. So
Yeah.
like BBC Three is going almost entirely
Yeah.
online, which I think is a good move. A lot of people don't, but I think in the current climate, there's no way the BBC can survive really without
I mean,
doing
what
stuff like
was
that.
really on BBC Three other than episodes of Family Guy?
Yeah, and that's gone to ITV2 now. So
Yeah.
what can you
Weird
do?
with adverts in it.
Yeah.
Family Guy, I can't
It's
imagine
gonna be
that.
freaky. Anyway, yeah, I think that a McGann miniseries would definitely work online.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work on TV.
No.
But just because it's a mini-series, I think you could still get 45-minute episodes out of them,
Well, they do
once-
it, don't they,
once
with
now and
like
again.
Daredevil? I think that's going to be 13 episodes, and
Yeah.
they're probably about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why not? I think
Yeah.
it really could work.
In terms of Dark Eyes,
Yeah.
finish. I love the first series. I think the first series is the strongest
Yeah.
out of all of them. I think the Great War is the best episode
Very good.
out of all of them.
Yeah.
I really love that episode. Yeah, I in fact, I was going to say possibly Dark Eyes being a way to jump on to Big Finish.
Yeah.
Just because of the Great War being
Yeah.
such a good story. But yeah, I like Dark Eyes. Didn't get on with Dark Eyes 2 and 3 as much as I thought I would. And I've just finished 4, and 4's great. 4 is probably the second best series, I'd say.
Yeah.
Didn't really like a lot of the Doctor versus the Master stuff. I thought that was drawn out a bit too much.
Yeah.
There wasn't really much of a kind of a concluding battle,
No.
so to speak, between the two.
Yeah, it never really happened.
No.
Like Dark Eyes 4, they just... But, oh, you're here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
bye.
But I think McQueen is fantastic.
He's
I think
very good.
McQueen makes those box sets, really.
Yeah.
He makes them listenable. Paul, I don't know, do Paul's performances seem a bit more phoned in now than they had before?
How do you mean?
Like they just seem a bit too play by play. The way he's delivering the lines seem a bit haggard now. I don't know.
Maybe.
I only really got that with the fourth one, and I know that was because partly because he was not available for some of the recording.
Yeah, I don't know what I've actually. It's funny you should say that because I looked in his IMDb and thought,
Yeah.
what has he been doing then? But he hasn't been doing anything.
And it wasn't very well. Never know.
just can be asked.
Yeah, probably.
You know, I can't be asked to get out of bed today and go and record these Big Finish things.
Anyway.
So, thank you for watching. Our next video, which will be whenever we get the time to film that, will be the Pyramids of Mars versus the Curse of Peladon. Our favourite stories, mine's Pyramids, his Curse, battling it out, and we're going to try and argue to each other which is the better story, or why we like these stories. It's going to be a battle of wits.
It's going to be a difficult one.
It's going to be a hard one,
Because I love Pyramids.
And I like Curse of Peladon.
Pyramids was my favourite for a while.
Oh, really?
So
right, okay.
It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, and we have Curse of Peladon. That was one of my earliest stories.
Yeah.
Along with Pyramids, so...
We may end up murdering each other, so see how that goes.
So, thanks for watching, guys, and we shall see you then. Cheerio! Action.
I do still live in your TARDIS. What do we think of fans who have stopped watching the show because Capaldi's too old? Bastards. Would Matthew consider starring as his own incarnation of the Doctor for both animation and audio?
Well, it's funny because someone asked me this not long ago. They said, oh, why don't you do the series as you would do it?
Go away!
Oh my god, what the hell was... What was happening then?
Sorry.
Yes. It's... I think I would. I think I'd be...
Sorry. I scared you, sorry.
Did it? What the hell was going on here? I'm having an attack. Okay, yeah, I really like that story. What was your opinion... I know this is just slightly going off track.
Shut up.
Any more faces you want to add?
That'll do.